It doesn't matter. Oh, are you okay? You're recording.
Yeah. All right. Another episode, the Sapphires podcast, back for a second time. Joel Van Vliet, everybody.
What up?
Woo!
What up? Yo, yeah, it's dope to be here. Sab, this is crazy. So last time we talked, what was the season? Was it end of the winter, I guess? Fall?
Yeah, it was spring, I guess. I don't know.
Oh, spring.
Yeah.
That comes that comes after winter. And
Now it's summer.
and now it's summer, and it was we it was all COVID times then, and it's still COVID times now.
Yeah.
And we haven't seen each other, and there is beef between us. We do have beef.
What is this beef?
Do you know what it is? You don't know what it is. You have no idea.
That you deleted our TikTok channel?
No, that's
Is
not.
that our beef?
Is that your beef?
No, I don't have any beef. I was sad for a couple days, but
You were sad, but you still I feel like you weren't giving your heart to it.
I tried. It's not my fault. You're better than me.
I can't deny. I will not deny that. That is not my fault. But that's what the beef is, that you posted on Facebook that you were going to have this fire, and you were inviting everybody to come to a fire. Not everybody, I'm sure it was social distancing and very safe and all the rest of it. But then I said, oh, great, what's the address? DM me the address. I'll come to this party.
Wait, you said that?
Yeah, I put that in the comments. I said,
no,
DM
let me see. I don't believe you. I'm looking it up right now.
I said, DM me the address, and I got no DM, no response. I was like, well, I guess. Do you see it?
No, I didn't even remember that this happened. I'm sorry, I'm scrolling down because I share a lot of shit. I'm always sharing my podcasts and stuff. Man, that's wild. I don't even remember that. So I guess I just missed that comment. Did I like it or anything?
I don't know.
That's sad because it would have been awesome if you were there, man.
I was like, I said, hey, maybe I'll come. I was going over to Camp Cataract. They were doing the pizzas and stuff like that. And I was just like, maybe I'll come by after that. It might have even been the day I got my haircut. And I was just like, maybe I'll come by. I wasn't for sure that I was going to come by. But the fact that I didn't get an address, I don't know where you live. It's almost like you don't want me to know where you live.
I just missed it, and that sucks because I would love you to come, and you can know where I live. You can always
say
just
right
ask.
now on the podcast. Say the address.
Well, I don't want to just because
say
for
right
privacy
reasons. No, it's gonna go out into the whole entire world. Say it now.
You can always ask Ryan Sim. But
The only way that I'm going to forgive you is if you say the address right now and leave it in the podcast.
All right, fine. I'll do it if that's what
Don't do it. I care more about you than my pride. Can you believe that?
Yeah.
Can you believe that?
Love it. I could always just edit it out anyways, but that would have been too much of a pain.
We wouldn't be friends anymore.
Yeah.
So how have you been keeping, during these crazy, the rest of the COVID time, part 2?
I want to go back to this fire thing because I'm sad you weren't there. I wish you would have came. There's crazy fireflies, bro. I saw like hundreds and hundreds of fireflies, and it's like the first time I've seen something like this.
Did you catch them?
And it was on my property.
Did you catch them in a jar?
No, I just looked at them. They're just pretty. The trees, they look like they're sparkling.
You mentioned simp before. They were sparkling in the trees? Is that true?
Yeah.
It sounds so romantic.
It was
they were just
wild,
beautiful.
bro.
I didn't want to disrupt the nature. They were just so gorgeous. But actually, that does sound magical. It sounds like when they make the Eiffel Tower sparkle.
I don't know. I've never been to Paris. You're too bougie for me.
Yes, I've been to Paris. And
have you actually?
Yeah, I went. Yeah, just once.
How was it?
Just the once. Can you start over? I just want to make sure that the hair. It was all right. I don't know.
Were the French people rude? They
No,
have their stereotype that French people in France are like
I bet you that's French Canadians. I think it's
Mm,
tourism, right? So they probably. I didn't really interact with too many French people. I mean, the thing about French people, as we all know, is that they're not going to give you an inch when it comes to the language.
right.
And it's like, come on, guys, like I don't speak French. And by the way, English is like the official language of the world. Like, what other language?
Yeah, yeah. I
Like,
agree with that. Yeah.
so like, don't make me feel stupid because I don't know your like tiny little language that nobody cares about. Am I wrong? Am I wrong?
It's funny when I went to
Like,
Thailand with my buddy. It's like you say like a different, like you say Sawadee Ka if you're a girl and like Sawadee Krop if you're like a guy or something like that. I forget what it was exactly, but he
mhm,
was saying like the girl thing instead of the guy thing all the time. And
right.
then like all of the locals were just like laughing at him, and we thought it's just because like his accent's really bad and he's like trying the thing, but it's like we only like someone told him eventually.
He's misgendering everyone. In
Yeah, yeah.
in the Western world, he would be crucified on social media.
No, he was misgendering himself. Like you,
Oh, so he was
yeah,
a girl.
he was saying like so. It's weird that like that language is like that. Imagine if like you said like he before every sentence or whatever.
Yeah, but like if your friend walked around here going, well, I, she, I,
Hmm.
her, I'm her. Because if he
Yeah,
put on Instagram her, she as her preferred pronouns, then nobody would. If you laugh, you're dead. You can't laugh.
yeah, yeah, exactly. But in
So I feel
Thailand,
like those Thai people are not very progressive.
yeah, they are. They have lady boys, tons of lady boys there. It's like
I
they
know,
care
but then
less
they're
about that.
laughing when somebody genders themselves. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'm killing. I'm the joke. There is a joke here that I am just not.
Yeah, let's go right over my head.
But anyway, so you and that chick friend of yours went to Thailand. That's nice,
Yeah,
and slept with some ladyboys. Interesting.
yeah, it was a good
Uh,
time.
um. So anyway, I just want to know what was going on in your life, and are you like how's it going? Obviously, no one's doing anything comedically, but are you, except for this podcast? I know it's hilarious, and you're just always being so fucking funny on it. But what are you writing any comedy? What's happening?
No, not at all, which sucks. And like there is like comedy shows kind of happening now, right, in Hamilton and that, but I'm not going
Yeah,
to those.
one.
Um, what do you think of
Um,
that? Do you think it's cool or?
yeah, I don't. But they like from what I saw, the comedian is like basically in another room almost. Like there's
Oh
glass
wow.
there, and like but there's a good separation. Although it was very busy on that patio, so there looked to be quite a few people there.
I feel if there's
And
like people allowed to be on patios, what makes a difference if there's a comedian? Like why is that not allowed?
this is the thing. So if I'm sitting here and we're just talking, this is normal,
Yeah.
and like the COVID from me will like almost reach you, but you know what I mean, or maybe reach you.
Hmm.
But if there's a comedian, and we've both been to these comedy shows, and I hope a lot of people watching have been to these comedy shows, especially the amateur ones. You know how hysterical they can become. So people, like, for the whole time, and we're talking like hour and a half, 2 hours, are laughing hysterical because
Mm.
every comedian is amazing. And so when that happens, they spit. When you laugh so hard, you spit, and it's like a
Yeah.
projectile spitting, and it's just like ah, and it's just like ah, and COVID's flying here, COVID's flying there, COVID's
Yeah.
everywhere, and it's like they're like, no, you guys can talk softly to each other on a patio, but we're not going to let you laugh, and you will laugh. Um, because you're going to be laughing, as our prime minister would say, laughing moistly.
Yeah. Exactly. That's actually a good point, kind of.
And it's the same for like no music, because people start dancing and then they start spitting at each other.
Yeah.
It just happens all the time. What was the other one you're not allowed? No dancing, like no music.
That's so funny. No dancing. Well, yeah, what else? I don't know what else you're not allowed.
I think that was basically.
You're not allowed to be inside. You have to be outside on the patios.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Why does
So
that make sense?
COVID can blow away.
Right.
So if you're in a house, in the building, the COVID's landing on the tables, landing on the food, it's landing on the chairs.
Yeah.
But if you're outside, it just blows away.
Yeah.
And this is the science, by the way, Seb. We can't forget that every time anyone says something about COVID, there is a science to it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I was okay. There's the debate going on right now. When are you posting this?
Probably like about a week, maybe a little less. I don't know
the
exactly.
debate's probably still going to be raging, but there's the debate about masks, right? Or the complaints about masks, and it's an ongoing social media complaint. Debate. Have you seen this?
Yeah.
Have you noticed this?
And masks are like, I don't know, are they like mandatory for like workers now or something?
They're not. They haven't. Certain areas, certain things are mandatory, but they're not like overall mandatory yet. But
I saw people posting, like, I don't really keep up, but I saw people posting like, "Wake up, sheep!" with this whole mask thing or shit, and I was like, "What?"
That's one of the thoughts. The other one is, guys, let's wear masks because the people in charge are telling us to do that, and maybe it'll save lives or whatever.
Yeah.
So, but I saw a post today, which was, what was I going to say? You can edit out my. Oh, you can't really edit that out.
Yeah, I can't edit because I'm bad. I'm dumb. I'm big dumb.
Oh my goodness! And say your address. No, there was a post that somebody made that said, like, I think I'm going to follow what the scientists and the professionals say about masks. And by the way, I'm not decrying masks. Go ahead, wear masks. And I don't even think maybe it's a great idea to wear masks. And better safe than sorry. I agree with all those things,
Right.
But what I hate is, someone from the WHO organization, this happened like a few weeks ago, came out and said, it seems like spreading COVID, if you're asymptomatic, like you don't have any symptoms, is highly unlikely.
Yeah,
It's
I heard that. Yeah.
Rare.
Yeah.
And like everyone's heads my head exploded.
Yeah.
Because it's like the reason why we were all staying home was because we didn't know who had it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Because they were asymptomatic. That's the fear.
Yeah.
Like if you get the sniffles, stay home. That was obvious.
Yeah, exactly.
If you don't have any symptoms, you should, like, why would you say, well, because you could have it and you could spread it.
Yeah.
Right? So let's shut down the world, like that happened.
Yeah,
so for them to come out and go, it's pretty rare, actually.
Yeah.
You go, what? And then the next day, they were like, uh-oh. Whoops. Shouldn't have said that. That one made us look like morons. So the woman comes out. She's like, actually, that was one study that sort of showed that. But then there's like other studies that show that it probably could spread if you're asymptomatic too. We don't really know. Like that's
yeah.
What it boiled down to was it could happen, might not happen. So it's like, yeah, I want to follow what the scientists are saying. I think WHO knows what they're talking about. No, they don't.
Yeah.
They don't. That's the whole problem.
So why are we still in quarantine when we know that when you're asymptomatic,
we don't know that. We don't know.
We probably know though. Yeah.
We don't know. There's so much we don't know.
Yeah.
And the thing is that no one knows it. So wear a mask. It's better for everyone probably. It might not matter, but of course however many months it's been inside. It's been like 110 days or something.
That's wild.
12 days.
Weird,
yeah.
It's so weird.
It is weird. It's
Mm-hmm.
it's zany.
What have you been doing to
If I showed you my penis right now, it is raw, scabby. Just I ran out of lube,
Yeah.
and I've been chafing and
Jesus.
chafing, and it's just. I mean, well, what is there to do, right? Like, what is there
Yeah.
to do?
You've been making TikTok videos, even though the Chinese government is using it to spy on you.
This is the other. Have we talked about like what's this? The Chinese government. This is a bit. I think I've already written a bit in this vein, and I'm gonna like probably add this portion to it. But don't expect a great punchline. It's just a concept. But you know, all of this is all this data mining that TikTok or Facebook and all these websites do. It's like, oh great, they found another heterosexual white male who thinks he's a comedian, cries at the end of Lord of the Rings,
Yeah.
and plays guitar. They got me.
Yeah.
I'm a stat. Great. Who cares?
Yeah. What do you do with that?
Yeah.
Have you seen Westworld? Do you watch that show?
Yeah, well, I have
Season
a
3?
love-hate relationship with it.
It's like season 3 is a trip because it's like people are wearing masks and stuff, and they obviously filmed like way before Corona. Like it came out before Corona shit. But yeah, it's like the whole thing where it's like they're just gonna have so much information on everybody that they could like predict what you're probably gonna do, and then be like, oh, we won't hire this guy because he's probably gonna kill himself in like 5 years or whatever.
Okay, that's
Like
the
that.
extreme, but they're probably they already do they already do that, right? They're like, well,
probably, yeah.
we figured out that this guy's gonna buy this body wash if we put it here on this shelf,
Right.
you know. And
That's a good point.
and then I probably did buy that body wash.
Yeah, you don't even know. But so like you have some shit that's like kind of viral on TikTok, right?
I've hit the big time.
It's awesome.
The thing that breaks my heart in all of this TikToking is that I have two videos that are somewhat popular. One has 100,000 views. The other one has 700,000 views. Nowhere near David Green's 2.4 million or whatever garbage numbers he's got.
Yeah. He doesn't watch these, so no point in yelling at him.
The problem is that breaks my heart is that in those two popular videos, neither one of them has my face.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
You know, I post videos of my face. No one cares. Tops 1,800. They're like, nah, we don't like this guy. But if it's just my voice, you know, it's like, oh, here, we'll give you a bunch more views.
Man, but those videos are like well done and they're good TikTok videos. They're sick, but your other ones are so great too. They deserve more views.
I know.
I don't know what it is about
and
your
why
face.
can't snackable comedy bites go viral? You know, what is so wrong with that guy?
I think it's like you're like too smart. You're like overstat. Like they think that it's like real. You know what I mean? A lot of people are on there are saying stuff like "you're not funny." Like
Yeah.
You don't get it, dude.
I'm like, are you friends with my mom? But just trying to see if it looks like I have a peck over here.
Yeah.
And I don't. If I took off my shirt, it's uncomfortable how bad it looks. But here it almost looks like I have a peck. I like this. It's nice. Come on,
Fuck, you kill me, bro. Like I missed
peck.
Camp Cataract, man. It was a good show that you would.
What were we talking? I wanted to speak to something that.
I don't know. You just started talking about your peck for like 30 seconds.
Yeah, but you were saying these viral videos, they're good. And I have a face. My face is in them. They're really funny.
Yeah, that's what I said.
I forget.
Yeah.
I forgot. But anyway, no.
Snackable comedy bites. You're talking about
this was it. and you may have noticed this. You probably have because you said, "What the f?" I think on one of the videos. I have a pet chipmunk.
Oh yeah, that's so sick. I love that. That was
Um,
so cool, dude.
so, and he's been a little bit, I haven't seen him the last couple of days, and
Mhm.
I miss him. But I named him Carl, but I think he might be a girl, so it might be Carla. And I've trained him to, of course, climb up, like jump on my lap, and take. It's trained him. He's
Okay, so we all know this is a wild chipmunk. Like, it's not like you actually have this chipmunk.
yeah, it's not a
It's a
pet
wild.
chipmunk.
It's a wild chipmunk that comes and you got videos of it like eating out of your hands and stuff. It's so sick.
Yeah, and I can pet him now.
So
He
how
does.
did this even happen? How'd you like train this wild chipmunk?
So I saw the chipmunk,
Yeah.
like they were running around my property. I was like, and this was even like last year, and I was like, I'm gonna build a relationship with this chipmunk. And by the way, there's the main chipmunk. He's the big one, Carl or
Mhm.
Carla, and then there's a smaller one that comes around, Felix. And then all of a sudden, the other day, I saw three. I'm like, who's this other guy? But typically, it's just the two, and more often than not, just Carl. But yeah, I started first. I did it at the front of my house, and I was like, you know, giving them peanuts, and they were like, "We like these peanuts. They know what they look like. They like them." Then I would put the peanuts closer to me. They come closer. Then I put them between my toes. So they're like, I'm touching this human flesh. I'm
Mhm.
feeling comfortable with it. Then no more. I never gave them. I never like left them a peanut after that, where they can just have their. Now they knew they need it to get it from me. I'm grooming them.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're like, only I am your source of peanuts. So then now I can like hold the peanut and go like, come on up here, and he'll climb up, go after the peanut, and jump on my lap and jump
That's
for the
wild.
peanut. Like he just is obsessed with that peanut, and then he'll come back and forth like 5-6 times where I keep on giving him a couple peanuts, and then sometimes I open the peanut and lay it out so that he like takes one at a time, and then that's when I get an opportunity to pet him for a while. He doesn't.
Yeah.
But like this is me now. Like it's over by my like side patio door, and I'm sitting there on these steps because I don't have a deck yet, and that's where he'll feel very comfortable. But if I stand up and like squat over in the grass, like he's like, what? Who's this guy? Like I'm the same guy.
And it was like stupid, bro.
Oh, he's the chipmunks are dumb. Like people, oh, the chipmunks are smart. No, they're not. He's like he'll come up and like sit on this rock over like that's kind of his rock, and I'll be like, come get your peanut, and he's like, what? And he sits there for a while, then he goes, oh, and then he like comes running. I'm just like how long did it take you to process that, you moron? And then yeah, he'll come on up, and I'll go like, come up here, and he'll be like, I'm like, it's right there on my knee, like. So anyway,
It's a good story, man.
cool story, bro. But you live in the woods. What's your address? You live in the woods.
Yeah.
But you live in nature. You don't have chipmunks running around?
No, I never seen a single chipmunk around here. Not even squirrels, really. But we have like, there was like a groundhog or like a fucking something that looked like a groundhog that like made a house in the stairs once. There's also rabbits. There's tons of fucking rabbits.
Oh,
We
you could
got a
try to.
pond. We got like a crane that comes by and shit.
Oh, is it a crane or a heron?
Oh, probably a heron.
And I think there's two groundhogs in my backyard, but they don't hang out during the day. They're just like early morning guys,
Hmm.
and they'll like lumber around and eat all the grass and stuff like that. But they're big, eh?
Oh shit. Yeah. This one was big like that too. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And we
Big
got
gray.
snakes. We got fucking turtles, frogs, all kinds of shit, mosquitoes, dude.
They're probably eating the chipmunks.
Yeah.
COVID.
Oof. Yeah, I know. I'm afraid to even cough on the podcast. Like,
You know that address, that advertisement.
you're obsessed with my address. You know that address? Yeah.
No, I was trying to say advertisement. You know
Yeah.
that advertisement where they say Robitussin?
Yeah.
Somebody coughs and they go Robitussin,
Yeah.
Robitussin. Now they'll be saying COVID, but
Oh yeah, that's true. That's a good point.
COVID.
Yeah. Every
But
time, forever now.
I dated a Filipino girl, and like this advertisement for Robitussin, like the whole thing was like they're like, how is anyone going to know how to pronounce Robitussin? And
No, I think it was a smart thing because like the whole like bless you people shit when people sneeze, and they're like, you don't say anything when people cough. Let's throw our.
let's say Robitussin.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, the smart.
Let's say the Sad Powers podcast every time someone fucking coughs or not.
Farts.
Yeah.
Every time someone farts.
Yeah.
Sad Powers podcast.
Yeah.
Sad Powers podcast. You know what else stinks? Sad Powers podcast.
Amazing. Yes. Start doing that, please.
Sad Powers podcast.
Yeah.
What? Sad Powers podcast. I don't know. Yeah. Sad Powers. I don't know what it is, but we just say that now. It's 2025. You've already died of an overdose or something.
Yeah.
Who's Sad Powers? Sad Powers podcast. I don't know what it was. Just somewhere you can Google it, and then it'll come up like Sad Powers was actually Sad Prentice. His address was what's it? But they spend all this time to say Robitussin. So we know how to pronounce Robitussin.
Mm-hmm.
This girl I'm dating is like I coughed or something. She's like, "Oh, you should get some Robitussin." I'm like, what?
Are you still dating her? You're still dating this girl now, or
no?
Oh.
Robitussin. I'm like, they worked so hard. They tried so hard to make it so that you would know how to pronounce this. And now you say Robitussin.
She probably never saw the commercial, man.
Yeah, maybe not.
And no one ever started saying it. It never became a thing. They really tried, though. But like, I've never coughed and someone's like, Robitussin.
I gotta tell you, I've done it. And,
but you're that guy, you know.
I'm just that guy, Robitussin. And then somebody wants to.
Yeah.
So, Sab, I know that you like to talk about serious stuff. I feel like you want to be the next Joe Rogan. Is that true?
No, I think I just want to make enough money to not have to get a real job. If I can make enough on YouTube, like where I don't have to be like the best. I don't like expect to ever be at Joe Rogan's level, but being like
I'm glad you have such high goals. But you like to. I notice you've been talking about some serious things with your guests.
Like what? You've been listening? I thought you didn't watch anything.
I saw like a clip of some. Actually, which one was it? I think it was Taylor's second appearance.
Okay.
And I was like sort of going through, like I wasn't listening to every single second of it. Mm-hmm. I was kind of flicking through. And then it was like, yeah, he's so talented. He's amazing. And I was like, who's that? Who are they talking about? Is it me? Then I was like, no, I don't think you guys mentioned me at all. You're talking about all sorts of other people.
Damn. Okay, go on though. Go
on. So anyway, I thought I have seen some where you guys maybe talk about like, have you talked about extraterrestrials?
Yeah, a lot. I've talked about that a lot.
Yeah, so I feel like you're talking about things that are like, wow, this is a thing. And we had our conversation.
Yeah, I love our conversation about ghosts. It was so funny.
That's what we talked about, ghosts.
Yeah. Because you're like, well, we talked about like why all the other people, like you're like, I was like, you asked me like, do I believe in ghosts? And I was like, no, but I'm starting to believe because of all the people on the podcast that believe. And you're like, you're a fucking idiot.
I never said that. I was probably just trying to encourage you softly to not believe in nonsense.
Yeah, exactly. No, you gave a great like metaphor. Like you're like, go hang out in a church and you'll believe in God or whatever. You know what I mean?
Did I say that?
something like along those lines. And then I
So
was like, oh,
wise.
you're so right. It's like if you hang out around like a certain type of people, you're just gonna end up thinking the way they think if you have a malleable mind like mine.
I guess that's true. I mean, there's a fact that what you put in comes out, you know? Like if
Right.
you constantly watch horror movies, for instance, then you'll probably write a horror movie if you know what I mean? Like
Right, or
you'll
be scared
probably
all the time and of the dark and shit. Or
yeah.
whatever.
Yeah, and I'm not interested in either of those things, so I steer clear, thanks.
Yeah.
But no, what I wanted you to weigh in on, and I don't want to weigh in on this, but do you think they should defund the police?
No, that seems crazy.
What? I mean,
What if something bad happens? Who are you gonna call? Ghostbusters. They're like,
another community worker.
and they just become the police with a different name.
Well, police, they're not police, but they are professionals that can de-escalate the situation without the use of guns. Have you ever?
So
Do you
European
think?
police,
Yeah, like the British bobbies,
right? Would they have like sticks or whatever?
they have those
Um,
billy clubs. But
so is guns the problem?
well, it's also I guess that policemen, for no reason whatsoever, constantly beat the crap out of other people. And by the way,
They
I'm
can,
not saying this as a fact.
right? That
I'm
okay. Um, yeah, but you can't like defund the police because of that. You know, I mean, there's other ways to solve the problem. Maybe just have like better paying.
You want to fund them more?
But no, okay, so like maybe like give them better training and fucking like maybe instead of like cops, you have like hire professionals that have like that know what to do and like scary that aren't gonna panic or whatever. You know, because like maybe
Yeah,
the bad
it's hard to say.
they make
It's
is
hard
because
to
they're
say that a
panicking.
lot of the.
They're maybe scared that something bad is gonna happen. Like I don't know. I don't fucking know. To be honest, like I'm too stupid to weigh in on something like this. Like I'm not a fucking expert.
I
I
don't
just
know,
fucking
man. Look, I've looked at the internet. You're just as smart as anyone else.
thanks, buddy. I appreciate
There's a lot of people of your ilk that have very strong opinions.
that.
But that's interesting that like on the just like you haven't like read a lot of stuff about the defund the police movement and stuff like that.
No, I don't keep up with really anything. Like unless
Oh.
it's like really like so people how I get my news is I talk to people on the podcast and then they tell me what's going on.
Well, it's about the racial the black revolution
Yeah,
happening in
yeah,
the United States
obviously.
right
Yeah,
now,
of course. Yeah.
and that's a good thing. I think any rational person would be supportive of that. I think,
Right.
and then for some reason shoehorned into that, there's a reason for it that it's married to that movement. There's the movement to defund police.
Right.
But personally, I think that they shouldn't be in the same. Like, I get that the defund the police idea came out of what was going on in the Black Lives Matter movement,
Hmm.
but I don't think they should marry those two ideas, because I feel like that's making it it makes it a little bit too muddy. There's that peck again.
Yeah, but yeah, I agree with you. I think you're right for sure. I pretty much agree with like 99% of what you say. I feel like,
Hold on. Let me try to say things that you won't agree with.
but they have to be your actual opinions. You can't just be like you could obviously say shit that you know I won't agree with, but
I
it has
have
to
to
be
say
something that's a
things,
real opinion of yours that I won't agree with.
something that I believe in.
Yeah.
Oh, this is difficult. Something something that I believe is true. All right. Well, hey, look, and just for the 30 people that are going to watch this, I have a podcast called I Do and I Don't,
Hmm.
and we're on all the different apps that
How
do
many people
podcasts.
listen to that podcast?
More than yours, like 35, 36. 50 on a good day.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah, we've got some numbers.
Yeah.
Um, but it's a marriage advice podcast. We do sex and relationship advice as well. And I've spoken to people, and when they find out that I have this podcast, they go, "Oh, what's the best advice that you've ever given, like, or the most important advice?" Like,
Mhm.
you know, and I go, you know what? Um, it's that you should not compromise in a relationship. You
Okay.
should not be like, oh, Sab loves watching sports, let's say. You shouldn't be like, you know what? I love sports too. I'm going to watch sports with you every night. We're going to really love sports together when you don't actually love sports.
That's not compromising. That's being fake.
Yeah, but people are gonna sort of call that compromise. Well, he doesn't like, but then
Okay,
we
okay.
watch.
Maybe you worded it wrong. Like,
You're
yeah,
not wrong. You're not wrong.
okay, whatever. I watch sports and then, or like whoever watches sports and then they'll, if they're open about it, then that's like a compromise. Like, okay, you can watch sports 3 hours a night, but then you have to do the dishes after. Compromise.
It's like yeah, no, but it doesn't matter if you watch the sports. There's no like, don't try to take away Sab's sports because, by the way,
Then it would
if
be
that,
me compromising.
yeah, if that happens, then it's like, oh, I always loved sports. You took them away from me, and now
So
I'm gonna
there's no compromising. It's just two people doing whatever the fuck they want, anyways. They're not even in a relationship.
that. Okay, so this is the point. When you compromise and you like, go, okay, I'll pretend to like sports for him. He pretends to like The Bachelorette for me,
Mm.
and we sit there and you end up being like, 5-10 years go by and there's kids and everyone's busy. You go, I don't have time to watch your stupid sports that I always hated,
Yeah. Hmm.
and someone lets you down and they go, man, I asked you to do that 5 weeks ago. And you didn't do it. I'm beginning to resent you. You know what? I'm not going to watch your stupid sports. I never liked it. You know what I mean? That's when
Right.
the truth comes out and you go, whoa, I'm blindsided. I thought that the sports was something we did together and we enjoyed, but it's
Yeah.
actually, it was fake and stupid the whole time.
Yeah, I get what you're saying, and I feel like, yeah, guys probably do that a lot, where they fake interest in something just to try to get laid, essentially, and then.
Yeah, but that's good if it's just a quick thing. I know I'm not saying it's good, but I'm saying, like, if you're gonna do that, don't do it with a wife. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
don't do it and be like, I guess I have to keep this up for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
Like, if you're gonna do it just for that purpose and you're like doing conquest, you're a scumbag. But that's better than being like, I'm gonna win this woman forever.
Yeah.
And I will keep her happy with my lies.
Yeah, that's what it is in a way, right? That's wild. It's like, I can't imagine doing that. That would suck.
But people do it all the time. And
Yeah,
then
and
and they
then
go,
they get divorced probably, right?
yeah,
Eventually.
they go, I was compromised. No, you're not. You're faking compatibility.
Yeah,
So you agree on that one. Dang.
yeah. What do you want me to say? That you should fake it and just be miserable and
I don't
do
know.
shit that you don't like with someone? I mean,
It's an airtight, honestly, it's an airtight
I think you gotta compromise like a little bit sometimes. Everybody does stuff they don't like every once in a while. Like, you just don't
compromise.
overdo it and don't lie about it.
Yeah.
Say, yeah, I'll go to this stupid show with you, or I'll watch some stupid sports with you, but don't pretend.
I
Oh,
you
I
know
love
I hate
sports.
I
You know?
hate the color blue, but if you want, we can paint this room blue.
Yeah. So that's like a compromise,
Can
right?
we paint that room red? Because
Yeah.
I like red. Those are compromises. But when we're talking about like what you're doing with your time and your interests, and people are pretending they are into things because
Yeah.
and a lot of time they'll go, well, I love you. I love spending time with you. It doesn't matter what we do, but that's gonna change. find someone you're compatible with that you actually both like doing some similar things. It's not you can like sports and she doesn't like sports, and that's fine. But as long as you have other things that you can.
Have you ever dated someone and then they just start liking all the stuff that you like, and then you guys break up and they still just like and do all the stuff that you taught them essentially?
I can't recall. Like, usually when I break up with someone, they delete me
Leave
and
your
block
life.
me.
Yeah. That's a good point. How did you know? Yeah.
Yeah, but I think that like maybe I've influenced some people's interests as maybe musical artists or something. They learn from something that I like, but and vice versa.
Right,
Like
right.
I'm sure I have some records that are because somebody else. I mean, I purchased a record. I barely even dated this girl. She said this was good, but I haven't even really listened to it. I was just like, oh, okay, that's cool. But
Compromised for it. You guys never would have worked.
I was immediately compromising. What a waste.
What a waste. Yeah, back to your podcast. I actually really like that podcast. I listened to some episodes and you're really funny. And
Thanks, Sab.
yeah, you're like the comedy relief. Like I felt like you didn't really give that much good advice. At least for me.
I just gave great advice here now.
You did. Maybe I
Okay.
didn't listen to the right episodes where you're giving the spot on killer advice. But she was great too. She was like giving good advice, I think.
Yeah, Kat cares.
And you were like making jokes and it was awesome.
Yeah, I'm funny, Kat cares. But here, just so that people don't listen to this podcast and go, Joel's an idiot. He doesn't give good advice because Sab said so. Think about
I didn't mean it.
No, it's out there, so now everyone believes it.
Okay. Anyways,
so
go on.
think about a past relationship, okay?
Okay.
Of yours, something that was difficult in that relationship, and frame a question for me, okay? Ask me a question.
Okay. You want me to ask you a question?
Only you had me at that time to say, "Hey, I do and I don't show. My girlfriend X and this and that, what do I do?" type of thing. You ask me that question and I will give you good advice.
Okay. Good advice. Okay. That's tough, man. It's hard to even think of like a relationship question. Oh, I know. I don't really have this is kind of like totally not to do with any relationship I've ever had, but
okay.
What's like a new creative way to propose to someone? I feel like everything has been done. You know what I mean? You can't put like a fucking like I actually remember like okay, so it does have to do with like a past relationship because like I like probably like 10 years ago, I remember someone like wanted me to propose to them, but they're like it has to be like really special and creative, and I like stressed over it for like months, and I never even did it because like I was like, you know what I mean? It's like how like what is a way to do it? I could never think of like a creative way that hasn't been done, I feel like.
Right. Well, here's a creative way I just thought off the top of my head. And it is important to put effort into that thing, the proposal. And that's interesting that you were so close to getting married.
I wasn't actually, no, it was like it was bullshit. I never was ever going to, but you know,
but she was just madly in love with you.
Well,
or was it just
kids are just stupid, yeah.
Because how old were you? 12?
No, like 20 probably.
You're just such a kid. You're still such a kid.
I still think like a kid even now. I don't feel 30, man. It sucks.
Yeah. I don't feel 27 or however old I am.
Well, I'm 29. I'm not 30 yet, but
yeah, I'm basically that age too.
You're gonna live longer than me. Like your body is definitely healthier than mine. I
oh yeah, like you see that pec?
Yeah, exactly. So like
I'm fit.
The number of times you went around the sun matters less than like how long you're actually gonna live.
Yeah, but I like
quality of life.
For anyone listening, I'm probably just basically the same age as Sab.
Yeah.
Or younger. But anyway, here's a great idea for a proposal, right?
Mm-hmm.
The first thing you do is you go, like, this woman wants a dog so bad. Okay.
I already wouldn't have been with her, bro. I don't want a
You're not
pet.
into having a dog?
I don't want pets at all, man.
Oh
No
my
pets.
goodness, you and
Maybe
I are.
a wild pet. I like wild pets. Like if I had a chipmunk that came up every once in a while, that'd be
Yeah,
sick.
you don't. There's no
But
responsibility.
yeah, I don't want no fucking responsibility.
You and I are not so different in that way. By
I
the way,
noticed
how's
that. That's what I like about your house. It's so clean and nice. There's no fucking animal hairs everywhere. You know, it's like
Namaste?
you can breathe. Yeah. You're never
Namaste.
afraid to take a step and poop.
Amen to that, brother.
All right.
How is your quitting smoking going?
Um, so I was about to, and then I was gonna do it on content to content, so you could like give me feedback and
All right,
whatever.
I can restart that thing.
And
'Cause
then
you're supposed to be.
I saw it was deleted when I went to record the video. So then
Don't blame me for your cancer.
So I smoked 5 cigarettes in a row. And went to sleep.
No, no.
Sorry, Joel.
If I had known, I can
sad.
start. I just archived the videos. I can re
Oh,
unarchive them. I can
you didn't
bring
even
it
tell me.
back.
I didn't know what happened. I was like, oh no.
You weren't doing anything.
I didn't know it had to be every single day. You'd think I had a lot going on. I got the podcast and pretty much nothing else.
You were supposed to quit smoking on July 1st, or was it June 1st?
June 1st.
Oh my goodness.
Or no, it was June, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, it was June 1st. You
Yeah.
should be like way done with cigarettes right now.
Mm-hmm.
Come on.
Yeah.
If I should tell me when there's a fire. Next time I'm gonna come slap you.
All right, we can have a fire tonight if you want.
So I'm just gonna come slap.
Come over and slap me and then leave. Yeah.
But I'll come. What's the address? Let me put it in the phone. Okay. So, all right. So this is a creative proposal. Even if you're not gonna get a dog, but this is for people that this girl wants a dog so bad. You get her whatever dog she likes, golden retriever, black lab, whatever. German shepherd. I don't know. You get this dog there and she's like, oh my goodness, I love it. She's so excited. She's the best day of my life. And you're like, yes, babe, but we have to give him some medication. Unfortunately, like some worm medication or something.
Yeah.
Right? She's like, oh, and it's like, do you want to do that? Because then, it's a bonding experience. You just put it in the wet food, put this medication in the wet food. So you give her, you go like you're preparing it, and then you give it to her, and she goes to try to feed the dog this wet food, and it falls apart. It comes, there's a ring in there.
Wait, what if the dog just eats the ring?
That's a hazard. That's that's where the plan can fall apart. But think how interesting it would be to just wait for that dog to shit.
Yeah.
And by the way, I know I have it on good authority that if a ring goes through a digestive system, shines it up, so like it will be so because all the acid and stuff like that. Like
that would be a really creative way to propose to someone.
That's one. I could come up with another one probably.
Yeah, let's hear another one.
Okay, let me just think for 2 seconds. All right, so let's think of. I just want to. I have most of it. I just have to think of the. Okay, so basically, this is a girl that's a bit of a country gal. A bit of a bumpkin.
Oh, I thought you were going to say she's a bit of a cunt.
She's a little bit of a pumpkin. And she's a country gal.
Yeah.
And she likes to do stuff like a little bit of hunting. She likes to go fishing. So you go fishing with her. You go and you're catching all these fish, whatever.
Yeah.
Perch. Salmon.
Yeah.
Largemouth bass, normal size mouth bass, all the different things. And sunfish. You get all these fish and you're like, oh my goodness, we're going to have such a delicious dinner. So you don't do it in Lake Ontario because I don't think you're eating those fish.
Yeah.
You go, we're going to have such a trout. We're going to have such a delicious dinner, right? Perch. Oh, I already mentioned perch.
Yeah.
I meant sturgeon.
Yeah. Okay, we get it. It's fucking fish.
Right? Not eel, like eel, but like sheephead, you throw those back. But anyway,
Yeah.
you get. By the way, does it look? I wonder if anyone's thinking, oh, we didn't know Joel was such a fisherman. I know all the fish. Not just normal trout, rainbow trout. Anyway, so you get the fish and you know which one you're going to be making like for dinner. And you get the ring, you shove it down the throat of the fish. You shove it right in there, right? And then you pop it into the like cooler or whatever you have. The thing
Right.
and you're just like, okay, we're still fishing. Then when you get home, you're like, all right, do you want to, do the thing, clean the fish, to get the scales off, slice it, fillet it, all that stuff? She's like, do I have to do that? You're like, you don't have to do it, but like, what kind of partner are you going to be? What kind of wife are you going to be if you don't know how to clean a fish, if you don't do that kind of thing? Like, what, I have to do all that kind of stuff? I don't know. I think you should clean the fish. Like, you really, really dig that.
I already know it's going to be a bad marriage because you're trying to get her to compromise,
I hate cleaning fish. Compromise. I never like cleaning fish. No, that's a bit of a joke. She enjoys that.
Yeah.
She does because she's such a rough character. So she's like, she's cleaning the fish. So as she's like chopping it up, however you cut up a fish, either this way and then that, or the thing where you're doing the steaks of like, you can do salmon steaks, you can cut it up and you can do like a haddock, maybe a fillet or whatever, you know what I mean? Right. I don't know. I don't know anything about fish, but she does that. And of course she finds the ring. And then you go, you will make a perfect wife. Will you marry me?
Yes, the answer is
and she'll
yes.
go, I gotta tell you, I knew there was something fishy about this plan. And you're like, I love you because you make puns.
Yeah. That's ridiculous. I hope someone does that one day.
The other
Someone's
day
probably already proposed that way, actually, I bet.
Inside of shoving a ring inside a fish, it's probably not that crazy.
Yeah.
The other day I was down at the whirlpool.
Mm-hmm.
You know where that is.
Yeah. It's by your house. What's your address again?
My address is 445-748 Sodom.
That's somebody's real address. Probably.
Yeah, 445 for a lot of those weren't even numbers. No, my house is just at the corner of Hopes and Dreams.
But you're at the whirlpool.
I'm down at the whirlpool. Mm-hmm. It's not that close to my house, but it's I guess not far. But anyway, there's this little duck, and baby duck, and it lost its mom and all of its family, and it's going cheep 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 cheep, and it's like getting close to the shore, and everyone's like, come on, you can come on in. And it's like it's like too nervous to come in, but then at the same time it's like, you are going to die. Like, you can't stay out there the whole time.
Yeah.
So I'm going like, come on in. And then there's one girl, she's like, I'm going to do that. This is my mission. I'm going to save this bird. She was probably a lovely person. But she gets takes her shoes off, her socks off. She wades into the water a bit, which it's a whirlpool. Like, be careful.
Yeah, that's wild. I wouldn't do that.
And by the way, during this time with the birds chirping, this guy throws a stick for his dog into the whirlpool. The dog goes swimming out to get the stick, starts going too far, and then And then they're like, come on back. And he's like, what the? And he's like, we're like, come in. You got it. Like, come in. And it's like the dog is like starting to struggle. It's like, no, it's not good for dogs either. Why would you throw a stick in the...
Was the dog fine though? The dog got out?
The dog eventually got back. And we're like...
Wild. Stop throwing the stick. He throws it again.
He's like, where's the stick? He goes, where's the stick? I go, who cares?
Yeah.
I go, who cares? Your dog almost drowned.
That's wild. Damn.
I mean, probably quite a ways away from drowning. But if he had gotten sucked away, that game over. So also, I thought the dog might go for the duck because they were kind of close. But anyway, yeah. So then I had this great idea, and it was to throw rocks behind the duck. So it scared it towards the shore. So you keep on throwing rocks in different places. So it's like, I can't go there. I got to just go right to the shore. And then you can get the duck and you can save its life. But I was with somebody who told me I wasn't allowed to suggest that to everyone. And we were leaving, and I still kind of said to the one, like, I wasn't allowed to tell the girl that was waiting in the thing, like, throw rocks at it. But I walked by some other people, and I was just like, they should be throwing rocks at it. If they throw rocks behind the duck, it'll swim toward the shore. Bye, you know.
So you guys left the duck?
Yeah.
You left the baby duck. I wonder what happened.
I don't know. Probably eventually when everyone left, it came onto the shore and then a coyote ate it. Like, it didn't make it.
Yeah.
But anyway.
God damn.
It's dead.
So what else is new, bro?
I don't know. I can't think of anything really. I want to do, well, you know, I got this haircut, as you notice, and I've been doing, of course, snackable comedy bites, which Instagram.com/snackable comedy bites. And that character has had my hair, the longer hair, for all time. So now, like, I don't know, am I going to be able to be the same character with this short hair now?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Like, is it going to
why'd you cut your hair?
It's summertime. I don't want to have this longer hair. It's hot. It's annoying. You know, I wasn't enjoying it anymore. So we'll see how that goes. But, you know,
you got to make the first joke about your hair.
I think that's right.
Okay, but anyways, when you first started,
you
didn't expect it to go this long? Is that what you're going to say?
Well, that's part of it. You know the idea behind snackable comedy?
One joke every day for all of quarantine, right?
All of, COVID.
COVID,
like,
yeah.
What does that even mean?
And COVID's going to last forever.
I'm trying to go, how can I rationalize quitting? Because it's like, am I going to do like 300 of these?
Yeah. I think maybe you start putting that into the bits, but I love them. You might as well do 300. Yeah. I'm
going to start doing them with this hair, and I'll be back to the long hair before I can quit.
Yeah. But if you're not enjoying it anymore, I said that's when you should quit. It's like it's not a job. You're not committed. It's not you sign a contract that said you're going to do
no, that's where you're wrong. I am committed.
Okay.
I committed to doing a joke a day throughout COVID.
Isn't that difficult though for you to pull off? Like, I can write you some.
I'm not complaining. I do enjoy it. What's that?
I can write you some.
You think you can write the quality that is snackable comedy?
I already did one.
What was yours again?
Something about grass growing.
Yeah. The blades. There's the blades of grass, but I came up with that. The blades of grass are the blades of the mower.
Yeah.
And I never never used it. I've only used, I think, one. There's a joke on there that was a collaboration of two people that I know.
Oh shit!
And
But
I
what? It
didn't.
had nothing to do with me though.
No, it was sneakers and Dutch. It was based on sneakers, and I didn't come up with any of it. Two other people presented me with ideas, and I combined them as the snackable comedy bit.
The Go ahead.
What were you gonna say?
I was gonna say the most viewed snackable comedy bite is really funny. Or when I last checked, it was the pig in the blanket one.
On TikTok.
Yeah.
That is a funny one.
Mm-hmm.
That's that's an early one. It's one of it was one of the early hits.
Yeah.
But I do enjoy them. I really do. I enjoy the process.
My
I
mom
enjoy.
watches them all the time. She loves it.
She likes them,
Yeah.
and there are people that watch them religiously and like them regularly on whichever platform, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. People don't get them on TikTok as much. They're 14-year-olds. They're not.
Yeah, they're so dumb on there, bro. Like
Yeah,
the
they're not quite aware of where the humor is.
It's hilarious.
They're like, I don't get it. Why is this? You mentioned that before. I don't. Why is
The
this
one
funny?
was great, where it's like I literally watched you like convince someone to become like, because you just kept being like sarcastic and whatever to them, and then they like just eventually got it. And they're like, "Oh, I get it. You're funny now." And I was like, "What?" They were hating at the beginning of this comment.
It's so funny because it's like people have hated. It's easy to hate because they're purposefully somewhat not funny.
Right. Yeah.
On the surface, superficially, and so it's easy to be like, dad joke, or well, it doesn't even make sense as a joke.
Yeah.
And then, but the response to that is, yeah, like, what am I supposed to say? Yeah, that's true. Like, I can't get mad about it. Like, it's like, so the one guy was like, is this supposed to be funny or like so bad it's funny? And I go, you decide.
Yeah.
Because if you decide that it's actually just funny, that's on you, pal. That's
what
fine.
it is for me. To me, it's just funny, man.
Some people think a lot.
I was just like, the one is like so long, and I was like waiting for a punchline, and it just never came, and then I just died laughing at the end.
Was that the hot tub one, maybe?
I don't know. There's so many. I feel like there's like hundreds now.
There's like 112 that I posted, or 114.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot of material.
Yeah, you could do like a fucking whole special.
It's gonna be is there at least 30 seconds each, and then some of them more.
That would be so sick if you did like an hour headlining special or something, or just like headlined as that character. I was thinking about asking you to do the character for the interview, but then I was like, nah, you already did that once, and it's never getting posted. So I didn't want to bring back bad memories.
And he won't even send it to me because when I'm done,
he said he deleted it. He told me it's gone forever because I was trying to convince him to send it to you. I was like, yo, just send it to Joel. I want to see this.
Why does he do that? I feel like he doesn't like it.
I deleted it.
I deleted it. I hate him. I hate that fucking guy. Like, I genuinely, because he's not going to watch this, but I hope he does. Because, I've been very positive about David. I've posted lovely things about him, about comedy. I believe he's the godfather of Niagara comedy.
Yeah, for sure.
I've been like, what a great fella. And he's done all these Zoom shows, and I have not been invited to be on one of them.
He didn't invite me either, actually.
Am I not funny, David? You've been on my show. Oh, yeah, it was fun to have me on the show, on your shows in real life when you needed people. I'm pretty sure I'm just a number to Levi, too. We need another comic. Let's just get that loser Joel that's not funny. Yeah, am I not funny, Sad?
You're hilarious, bro. I love you. And I think they appreciate you, man.
I go, David, come on my show. Do your jokes on my show. Why am I not getting invited on your shows?
I think he's like with the Zoom shit. It's like, does he have control over who gets put on there?
How does he not?
I don't know if he's just being hired as a host or what's
It's
going on
his
exactly.
thing. It's
No,
always his
I don't know. I
thing.
don't watch it because it's like, do you watch? Do you watch the Zoom shows?
No, but that's
Whoa, you
not the
can't get
point.
mad.
That's not the point, Sab. The thing is that I just want to be asked, and I don't even
Mhm.
want to do stand-up comedy on a Zoom show because I don't feel like you're getting like I. That's why you got to do a character, or you got to do just a
Yeah,
skit. Or, like this podcast thing is good. If you're gonna be funny, do anything funny, do it like in these types of things.
yeah,
Don't go on the internet and be like, hey, let me do some of my material, especially some material that people have. It's hard to know where the jokes are sometimes or
right.
something, and they just describe something conceptually, like, well, I was thinking, like, what if this happened and blah blah blah. Like, how do you laugh at that? You just sit there and go,
Hmm.
yeah, I see that's a funny concept, sure.
Or just like a lot of like comedians. I don't even know if it's fair to call them comedians. That might be mean saying that, but a lot of people can get on stage and they just like tell stories about whatever, and they don't understand that there should be parts where
Structure.
like a point where you think people are gonna laugh. They're like, no, this is a funny story that I'll just tell.
Yeah,
Like I'm telling one of my friends on stage, and it's
yeah.
like that's like you can be funny in real life, and it's not as easy as you think to be funny on stage as well.
Oh yeah, it's like, and I mean, I don't want to brag, but my whole life I've been very funny in person, like in my life. I've
Yeah,
made
you
people
kill
laugh.
me, bro. I'm fucking like both
Thank you.
podcast episodes. I died the whole time.
I appreciate you, but just people in my life, and it's because like people don't expect you to be funny. That's part of it.
Hmm.
They're not looking for humor, so there's like extra surprise element. So you
Oh,
don't have
that's
to
a good
be
point.
very, very funny in life, and you're very funny.
Yeah, that's really good actually. I kind of never really noticed that, but
Yeah,
you're
you
so
just
right.
you give
Yeah.
a bit and you go. So if I give even more than a bit, like I'm a little bit more unique than your average bear, I'm hilarious. I'm
Yeah,
hysterical.
yeah, yeah.
But then you bring that on stage, and it's like, okay, I'm already funny, but if I don't have like jokes and structure and coherency,
Mm-hmm.
then everyone's gonna be like, is this funny? Because I have nothing to play off
Right.
of. It's
Mm-hmm.
all just something I'm inventing for like not in the moment, but I've invented for myself.
Yeah, it's like if something
Hard.
funny happened or whatever, to get that on stage, you'd have to like tell them the whole story and make the whole setup. You can't
Yeah,
just do the punchline like if you're there in the joke, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
yeah.
And I find like so like a lot of time I'm really good at act outs in my life. I can imitate people. I was walking with a friend and we saw this guy walking with a bag and it looked like the bag was completely empty. Right? It was just a bag of air. And I made this joke that like what's he got? What's that? Is it a bag of sea air? He's brought it back from like people bring sand, but he's like shoved sea
Yeah.
air in it and sealed it, and then he's gonna get it home and go get it out of the bag and go, do you smell that?
Yeah, yeah.
I brought air, right? So I'm just doing the act out, and we're just like inventing this scenario,
Yeah.
and it was really fun. Like we're dying laughing, like we're having a great time with this bit, and you can do it. Like you can even just repeat it because it's so silly to be like, you just know how that looks with the bag.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That is like a funny thing to see,
Here, I
dude.
got some air for you.
Yeah.
You got to get it out of the bag. Um, but like, yeah, that's not happening on stage.
Yeah, people are gonna be like, "What the fuck?" Yeah.
It's easy because you got all the ingredients there. All you have to do is observe and sort of twist it just a bit,
Hmm.
and you've got something very funny. But if you're on stage and you're like, this guy, what I just said on here, like it's not that it's not enough for a stand-up routine. I
Hmm.
mean, you might be able to turn it into something, but it would take quite a bit of finessing.
Finessing. That's a good word.
Mm, 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 mm.
Man, this has been awesome, bro. Is there anything else you want to talk about before we call it?
Not really.
Okay.
But you're doing well, would you say?
That's all right. Yeah, I'm doing all right.
Oh, I feel like there's something. What's wrong?
I miss doing comedy. I miss seeing my friends. I miss seeing you guys. But like, it's cool. Oh, do you know what's cool? Yesterday, I went for my first float. I feel like this is something that you wouldn't enjoy, but I enjoyed it. It's
Floating
like,
down the river?
yeah. Have you ever done that?
Where'd you go? What do you do?
Chippewa.
How'd you get there from your address? What's your address? How'd you get there from your house?
I have a car. I drove.
You drove, but
Yeah.
like, so you start at what address and then, but so you just float down the Chippewa River?
Yeah, you just get like a floaty from Walmart or whatever, and you just like my buddy already had some, so we just floated down the river. It takes like
How
an
many
hour.
people floated?
I think there was like 5 people, but you're far away, way farther than like 6 feet even. Believe I was there. It was a good time.
Mm. Um, I don't know. I don't think Levi likes me. I think I would have ruined his time.
No.
I don't think anyone likes me. I really, this is, except I think you like me.
Yes.
I think Taylor likes me.
Probably.
Likes me.
Maybe. I don't know.
I'm pretty sure, you know what? I'm pretty sure Mitch likes me. I don't think.
More
DJ
importantly, everyone respects you. They can't
That's
deny
not
that
true
you're
either.
hilarious. And, bro, like,
I don't know if that's
fuck, man.
entirely true either.
I've seen people do, like, the same jokes for years, and you get on stage and you do, like, fucking new shit, and it's always hilarious. I'm like, bro, how does he think of this? How does his mind work? You know, like, some comedians, it's like, Theo Vaughn is, like, the opposite of you, but, like, with him, I get that same feeling where it's like, how does his mind work? Like, it's just
Who's
so
this
weird.
person?
Theo Vaughn, but he's like to me with you, it's like I'm like you're so smart. With Theo Vaughn, I'm like you're so dumb. You know what I mean? It's like,
But he does a lot of different like material all the time.
well, so like he has a podcast and stuff, and he's just got like lots of stories, and like he's like fucking just saying like dumb, funny things. He's just got like an interesting way of thinking. Like but
Sab, before we go, can we get a new commitment on this quitting smoking thing?
oh yeah, I appreciate that you want. So maybe like with the whole joint TikTok account was a bad idea, and because you can tag people in your videos. So if you ever want to make a video directed at me, you can use your regular TikTok, and if it's good enough or whatever.
That's right. So we can bicker, but I kind of like I said, I like the idea of a separate account so that we didn't have to muddy our own
True,
accounts
that's a
with
good
nonsense.
point. But why did no one like content to content? What was I doing wrong, Joel?
Some people, well, this is the way I would have used it, which is, and I was trying to use it, which is that you start trying to bicker with each other. So when you notice somebody does something, you pay attention to what they said and stuff, and then you like correct them, or you tell them they did that wrong or whatever. So, I was making fun of your hands.
Yeah, it was fun and good for us, but it's for everyone else they can't keep up, right? Because they only see one video, and like
That's
with TikTok,
true,
it's
FYP,
like
that's right. So maybe that site doesn't really lend
it's not
itself.
good for that. Yeah. And it is. Anyway. There is like yeah. I'll try. Okay, so with the quitting smoking thing.
Yeah.
Okay, you don't ever have to at me, but maybe I'll at you every once because I don't mind muddying up my shitty ass TikTok.
I can at you back. I'm not doing anything on there either. But so what's the system? What are we gonna do?
I don't know. Okay, so I just actually bought a pack today for like the first time in like a week. I've been not buying packs, which is good.
You've been borrowing them from your mom?
Yeah, but I've been smoking less. So I'd only smoke like 1 or 2 a day instead of like half a pack a day.
Okay.
And I would pay my mom for them. Like I'll give her like 50 cents a cigarette or whatever.
All right. So we need you to find a way for you to completely stop. So the idea was that you would figure out different ways people quit and sort of
the problem there's already the issue with that we didn't think about is I'm super lazy, right? So already there having to put the effort in.
Yeah.
I don't want to do that. I'd rather just go for a cigarette. And then like try, or so, like I'd be like, oh, this is so stressful. I could really, you know what I mean? I just need you to do that and then tell me what to do.
Do you know Darwin? Have you heard of him?
Yeah, the
Came up,
guy theory of evolution, right?
absolutely.
Right.
He smoked cigarettes, and he was also somewhat lazy.
Hmm.
And so what he would do is he would put his the pack of cigarettes, up in the attic, top floor, locked up, and he would work down in like the basement or whatever. So
Hmm.
anytime he wanted a cigarette, he'd have to walk up all the stairs to go and get the cigarette. And eventually his laziness won out his cravings. He's like, I can't
That's
be bothered.
actually sick. Huh.
Yeah. So
Okay.
think
The
about
problem
that.
is my house is only one floor. Well, two floors. I could put them in the basement. But I don't know if there's someone somewhere. I could maybe go hide my cigarettes in the forest. But then if it
No, what
rains,
you could do is you could give me the pack of cigarettes.
and then every time I want to smoke, I have to come to your
You got
house.
to drive over. I
What's
have
your
to be
address?
home.
Yeah.
Let me tell you that.
Yeah.
I have to be home,
Yeah.
or I'll keep them with me. I'll keep them in my car. So, like, if
I like show up. Joel, I need my smokes, dude.
I'm at McDonald's. Which
Yeah.
one? I don't know. One of them.
Yeah.
Definitely one of them. And I'll be here for 15 minutes. Good luck,
Yeah. Oh my god.
But the thing
Okay.
is, you have to like just not buy more cigarettes and also not borrow them from your mom. I feel like
Hmm.
how'd you stop that from happening?
I kind of like this laziness idea. Um, I think that's good. That's interesting. I didn't know that story about Darwin. That's really cool.
Hmm.
I don't know if you just made it up or.
No, okay. It's a true story. I'm not 100% sure it was Darwin. I'm pretty sure it was Darwin, but it's a true story about a British something or other.
A British guy that quit smoking. Okay.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure it was Darwin.
Yeah.
But if you Googled it, I think it was.
Okay, yeah. So that's what we'll do. So I'll try this thing for a week. So I'll go to the basement and put my cigarette pack there. Every time I want one cigarette, I'll go get it in the farthest
Do
point
this,
of the
do
house
this.
of my room.
Wrap it in Saran wrap.
That's too much.
No, that's not too much. That you thinking, fuck, I have to unwrap Saran wrap. That's what you want.
I don't know about that, but I'll do everything
No,
else.
Sab.
Come on. Don't make me quit before it
This
even
is what
starts.
I want. This is what I want.
All right, I'm quitting smoking.
1, 2, 3, and then the other way. 1, 2, 3. That's it. And then in a bandana. So wrap those up. So then you have to open the bandana. You have to unwrap the Saran wrap.
I'm gonna have to get you to treat this like a bad relationship and compromise here with me, buddy.
I love the callbacks. I gotta tell you, I love. No, this is good. You can walk down to your basement. That's why in your head you're like, yeah, I can walk down to the basement. That's fine.
No, it is a bitch. It will be actually, and I will smoke less because of that for sure. And my laziest night might win, but the whole thing with the Saran wrap, that just feels like now it's like overdoing it. Like Darwin, it's not like you put it like in a fucking.
I think he put it in a box too, or something. Okay, this is the compromise. I'll give you 2 options. You can choose one of them.
Okay.
Okay, and don't. Oh, it's gonna make it too difficult. You're quitting smoking. The idea is that you don't have any of them. Not that it's
I
just.
might as well finish this pack though.
No, this isn't. We're hoping to not get through this pack.
Okay.
All right. So you either wrap the pack 3 times both ways, and you have to wrap it, and wrap it back every time. Or you wrap each cigarette individually, but you don't have to. The good news is you don't have to re-wrap them. You just smoke them. So you only have to do it once. You wrap, and you just like roll them.
All right, I'm not doing either of these. I quit. I quit quitting smoking.
Quit!
I'm gonna smoke forever now. Okay, but if for real, if you want, I'll do that thing, and then if that doesn't work, we can try a new thing, and we'll We'll try a new
But Sab,
new
just
way
quit.
each
You
week.
got to quit smoking and believe in the idea of quitting smoking because it's
Okay.
not good for you, and you'll be so much cooler if you don't smoke.
So an issue I have is like hanging out with my other friends that do smoke.
Well, you
How
got
do
to get
you
them to quit
how do you
smoking too.
Yeah, but that's not gonna work. And I don't want to like intrude on other people's lives or whatever.
I'm
Um,
intruding on yours. I mean,
yeah, that's
by the
cool.
way,
That's why no one likes you, Joel.
that's the reason. It's because I've been telling everyone how to write funnier jokes,
Yeah,
and it doesn't even work because it's their own thing.
yeah,
Joel, it doesn't work for me. I write jokes differently. I'm a different
yeah.
person.
Mm.
This is how I do it. Um, uh, the thing is, you say you're intruding on people's lives, but you're really intruding on their short lives and their deaths
Oh
because
yeah,
that's
a better way to say that, you're intruding on their deaths. Yeah, not
because that's
intruding
where
on
it's
their
going to
lives.
lead.
Yeah,
But let me tell you this. This is a little thought that was given to was by this writer named G.K. Chesterton, who is another great British mind. And he said that when you don't care about someone, you know the thing where you go, "Hey, look, if you love me or you care about me, you're not going to judge me or tell me to
hmm
do things differently. You'll just accept me the way I am."
hmm
Right? You've heard this.
Yeah, you'll let me eat that tub of ice cream every night. If you love
Yeah,
me,
like
you'll
you
let me
you
eat
just love me for who
this
I
tub of
am. I'm
fucking
someone that
ice cream
smokes
every.
cigarettes.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. hmm
But it's the people that do truly care about you that want you to be
Right.
better and
And
want
no,
you to
yeah,
change.
and that's how I feel. Completely agree with that.
So
And
you don't give a shit about your friends, Sab.
when you want me to quit smoking, it makes me feel loved. And I was like, oh, I'm like this. He doesn't want me to die. It's a good thing. So
Yeah,
and then
maybe
it's like
your friends will
I
feel that way
should
too.
quit. You know what I mean? And then yeah, but maybe I don't care about them.
I don't think you do. But I'll tell you this. You quit smoking, then you can go like, hey, I feel so much better ever since I quit smoking. I
Yeah,
feel
yeah,
like I could get COVID and live because I'm not compromising my lungs every day.
true.
But this is what uh, I'll say. And before, I have a very, very funny and embarrassing, like horribly embarrassing story about me in the Chippewa River.
Can I hear
And
it?
if you quit smoking, I will tell you that story on the podcast.
Okay, the next episode, number 3.
But you have to have quit smoking.
For how long? A month or 2 months?
You have to have quit smoking. Last time it's been more than a month since we did the show, so it would be at least a month.
Okay, but so like there's like a difference between like quitting and like your last cigarette, right? Like you can quit smoking. Say you smoke a pack a day and you quit, and then like you smoke one cigarette like every 6 months or something, right?
Okay, this is what I want.
So it has like if it's from the last cigarette I ever had, that'd be easier to track than, you know what I mean?
This is because I think it's we're mincing words here.
hmm
We're it's semantics. You have to be at a point where you genuinely don't believe you will smoke again.
Right.
Like you might have another cigarette. Okay, you're out drinking, you have a cigarette with people, but you have to be like, yeah, I've beat this thing. Okay, like I need that from you. I need you to say, genuinely, I feel like I'm able to, like, I won't buy another pack of cigarettes. I don't feel the craving.
I can't even like imagine feeling like that right now.
This is what we're working towards.
Yeah.
This is a
I was like,
funny,
that day's not coming.
I want to tell you this, Seb, motivation. This is a
Yeah.
funny story, and I should save it for just me telling it for my own thing. I
Oh
will give
shit.
it
Yeah.
your podcast, even though there's not that many listeners.
30's not that bad for now. And I'm getting more watch time. I'm almost at 1,000 hours.
What
So my
happens? What
goal.
happens when the podcast blows up and there's like a million people hear my story? I can't.
Mm,
It's gone. Like it's burned. It's yours.
okay.
I will give that to you. Those are pretend numbers. I will give you
Yeah.
this story. It's yours.
Yeah.
And trust me, it's very embarrassing to me, and it's funny.
Okay.
It's funny where like I'm told every time I'm like my best friend will go tell the story, and then they'll laugh at me and they'll tell the story, and I'll tell the story, and it'll be very embarrassing and very funny. That can be yours for the price of you're done with smoking.
Okay. We've been talking about so long. I need a cigarette now. So,
Go have a cigarette, but you quit.
yeah.
We might do it mid-August. You have to have been.
Mhm.
You have to have quit. Like this is your last pack of cigarettes,
All right.
and then we're
Sounds good,
not
buddy.
borrowing stuff from your mom.
All right. All right.
I will allow a bummed cigarette, like if you're out on a patio, so, or you know what I mean. But you're not. You're basically like, I'm done with smoking.
Okay.
Commit
Sounds
to
good,
it.
buddy. I will. I'm gonna try the Darwin technique.
Work with your laziness.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me on the podcast.
Yeah. Thank you for doing it. It's been awesome. It's great.
I care about
It
you.
doesn't feel. It feels like we're just talking, which I guess we are. But.
DM me your address
All right.
and invite me to. By the way, you can see people now. You can go to a patio or something.
Yeah, that's true. That's like I went floating yesterday, but it
Yeah.
doesn't feel the same. You know what I mean?
It's not
It
the
doesn't.
same.
It's not like shit used to be. It's everyone's still weird. You see people out with masks and stuff, and it's just like the whole
And we
world.
really just want to be on stage. Like I
Yeah,
feel like
that's how I
you're
really
probably introverted to a
Yeah.
degree. So it's like you don't even
Very.
get much out of being somewhere unless you're performing.
Yeah, exactly.
That's how
I'm
I
just
feel.
there,
Yeah.
but yeah, I'm there not
Yeah.
saying anything. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's a great. Yeah.
All right. I will talk to you soon, and let me know if hit me up on TikTok if you need more help quitting smoking.
All right, sounds good, man.
All right.
Love you, buddy.
Bye bye. Love you too.
Peace.